Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. A 12-year expiration date. Yes, there is a benefit that actually has a monthly allowance that's extra money in your pocket that expires. 12 years expiration date for some of us. Now, you might not even be aware of it. You might be aware of it. You might know some of the aspects of this. So that's what I wanted to do is clear it up, let you know you might be close to the deadline as far as your eligibility is concerned. So let's jump into it. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I truly appreciate it. The two asks really are look, hit the thumbs up, let the video run. Those two things help to put this information into the hands of those that need it. If you want to support the channel in other ways, consider being a member. You can do that by going to the home page and you'll see highlighted members and a join button. Thank you so much to all of you members. I really appreciate you. I do my best to get back to you in the comments. All right, so let's jump into this. This is specific to VR and E. VR and E stands for Veterans Readiness and Employment. And if you get accepted into that program, there's no age limit, but there is a 12-year, I guess, window to apply for some of us. Even Stan's irritated with that. For those that don't know, Stan's my rooster. I tried to get 4 chickens for some eggs and got 3 hens and a rooster. Here we are. All right. So it says, and I'm going to go into the other qualifiers and what it looks like and what the program can do for you, but I'm going to dive in and front load this with the 12-year aspect for those that may not be aware. If you were discharged from active duty before January 1st, 2013, if you were discharged from active duty before January 1st, 2013, your basic period of eligibility ends 12 years from one of these dates, whichever comes later. So they give you 2 options to work from, and whichever one's the more beneficial to you is the one that you get to use. So the 2 options are the date you received notice of your date of separation from active duty, okay, or the date you received your first VA service-connected disability rating. 99% of us, that's what we're going to fall into, is that fact that you're going to be moving 12 years from your first VA service-connected disability rating. Now, again, if you were discharged from active duty before January 1st, 2013, for most, the lion's share of us in that category, you have a 12-year eligibility that will expire 12 years after you received your first service-connected disability rating. Now, it goes on here to say the basic period of eligibility may be extended if a voc rehab counselor finds that you have a what they call a serious employment handicap. Okay, so if you have a serious employment handicap, they're basically saying that your service or your serious employment handicap means you're service connected. It has to be a service connected condition, not I'm 30% rated and then I got in a car accident, 15 years after service and now I have a serious employment handicap. Not that. They're saying that this has to be due to a service-connected disability. So, a severe or serious employment handicap means your service-connected disability significantly limits your ability to prepare for, obtain, and maintain suitable employment. A job that doesn't make your disability worse, is stable, and matches your abilities, aptitudes, and interests. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, what if I discharged after January 1st, 2013? Well, then the 12-year basic period of eligibility does not apply to you. There's no time limit on your eligibility. So that's what they're hanging that stuff on. Really, it's the folks before the January 1st, 2013 aspect. Now, what I wanted to do was dive into what VRE can do for you, okay? There's several different aspects. The most popular, I will say, is you're a veteran, you can't really hold down your job, or you got fired, or you quit your job because you couldn't maintain your job, right? Due to a service-connected condition. That's the cornerstone of it all, right? Due to your service-connected condition. So you apply for VRNE and VRNE and you, and again, this is the most common, and I'll go through all of the different things that they offer, but this again is probably the most common. You and the Voc Rehab counselor will talk about your skills and aptitudes, your interests, all that type of stuff, and what would work for you given your current conditions, right? And all that stuff. So let's just say, for example, you were a mechanic by trade, right? You were a mechanic in the military, and you were a mechanic after, but your service-connected disabilities were just too much, right? You had some musculoskeletal things going on, and it was just too much to continue that job. Well, now what are you to do? Well, VRNE and you could decide on maybe a less labor-intensive job where you're not, tweaked out, all twisted up underneath an engine, right? Holding your hands above your head. Maybe you got a bad heart. Maybe your back's hurting. Maybe you got shoulder issues, neck issues, whatever. So there you are. Now what's going to happen is they will help you figure it out. Well, maybe you decide that you want to go down the road of becoming a finance manager for an automotive dealership. Well, the Automotive Dealership Institute offers that training and accepts VRNE. It's a 1-month program that they push you through, get you all trained up, and help you find work into jobs that pay over $100,000 a year, which is great. So that is something that you should really consider when you're thinking about what you want to do. Now, you may be interested in getting a bachelor's degree that will help you get to the job that you're looking for, and that might be the path. The whole point that I talk about this is I want you to open your mindset up to what might be available to you out there. The bottom line is think about what the end goal is. Pick the right organization, whether it's some sort of a short program for training to get you ramped up and into a job, or if you really do need a bachelor's or a master's or whatever. But the whole point is just look at that. So let's talk about the 5 different tracks. There's 5 different tracks that are available under Veterans Readiness and Employment Support and Service tracks. Now, I'm going to read through these again to highlight to you what is actually available, and then we'll jump into a little bit of the criteria to get you eligible. So, if you're a veteran or service member with a service-connected disability that impacts your ability to work, the Veterans Readiness and Employment Program, formerly called the Vocational Rehabilitation and Employment, now they changed that name, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, may be able to help. They offer 5 support and service tracks to get you the education or training, find and keep a job, and live as independently as possible. Explore the different tracks and find out how to apply for more benefits. I'm just going to give you a quick overview on each of the 5 tracks that are available. The one that I talked about, which was getting training from somewhere like the Automotive Dealership Institute to become a finance manager, or going and getting your bachelor's degree at University X or College Y, are one of the tracks. So anyway, let's read through these. Reemployment track is number 1. If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability, the reemployment track can help you return to your former job and support your employer in meeting your needs. Number 2, rapid access to employment track. If you want to find a job or career that uses your existing skill set, the rapid access to employment track can help you with your job search. Number 3 is the self-employment track. If you're wanting to, switch gears and go the self-employment route, this could be for you. If you're a service member or veteran with a service-connected disability and employment barrier, the self-employment track can help you start your own business. Next one, employment through long-term services track. If you have a service-connected disability and employment barrier, we can help you get the education or training you need to find work in a different field. And that's the one that I was talking about. Next one, independent living track. A lot of people are not aware. Independent living track, if you can't return to work right away, you may qualify for services that can help you live as independently as possible. Now, let's jump back into some of the eligibility pieces, and then I'm going to talk about the dollar figures, how much money you can actually get put in your pocket while you're going through this. So, eligibility, if you're a veteran, let's see, you're eligible to apply for VRNE benefits and services if you meet both of these requirements. Now, applying is step one. Step two is getting approved for the actual benefit. So there's it's a two-step process. So to be eligible, both of these must be true. You did not receive a dishonorable discharge, and you have a service-connected disability rating of at least 10%. Okay, that's important. When the VA receives your VRNE application, they will schedule your initial evaluation with a VOC rehab counselor. The VRC will determine if you're entitled to receive the VRNE benefits and services, all that stuff that we just talked about. And by the way, if you're still in the military, active duty, you can still apply for VRNE while you're still in, trying to make that transition, but you have to have one of these two things. You either have a 20% or higher pre-discharge disability rating, a memorandum rating, and will soon leave the military, or you're waiting to be discharged because of a severe illness or injury that occurred while you were on active duty. All right, so let's talk about the dollars and cents real quick. There's kind of two versions. There's the subsistence allowance rate, the standard, which is if you, we'll say you have two dependents, a spouse and a child. If you have a spouse and a child and you're going to full-time institution of higher learning, you're looking at $1,123.23 per month. That's as of now. There's only like 6 days left of that. October 1st, it's going to go up. It's still not reflecting. I've been looking for it for the last couple weeks, and I have not seen the new rates as of yet, but I will post that as soon as I find them. I would venture to say it'd be at least, I don't know, $40, $50, $60 higher. So $1,123.23. Now, here's an interesting twist. If you have any amount of post 9/11 GI Bill remaining, it could be 1 day's worth, okay? Any amount of post 9/11 GI Bill, you can opt to receive the housing allowance based on that, which is amazing, because if your program is longer than how long you have remaining of post 9/11, you are getting essentially an extended post 9/11, which is great. So as of October 1st of 2023, again, it's going to change October 1st of 2024. But as of October 1st, 2023, the maximum monthly rate for Chapter 31 subsistence allowance is $3,251.38. That's a hefty amount. So with that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.